Okay, so we have Siman Chav Ches, Hilchas Sefer Torah, Shar Sifrei Kodesh, Halachas of a Sefer Torah and other Sefer Kodesh, about Yud Gimel Seifim. Mitzvahs say, Al Kol Ish Mi Yisrael Lichtav Lo Sefer Torah. It's a mitzvah say on every Yid from Klal Yisrael to write a Sefer Torah, Shenemar, V'ata Kittzur Lechemes Ashira Azois. You should write this Shira. V'kilu Chachamenu Zachron Levracha, Perusha Lichtav Es Kol HaTorah Sheyesh Ba Hashira. You're supposed to write the whole Torah which has Shira. V'afilu Yarash Sefer Torah Me Aviv. Even if somebody yarshin the Sefer Torah from his father, mitzvah lichta mishalai, it's a mitzvah for him to write it on his own. I mean, it's not just a mitzvah to have a Sefer Torah. It's a mitzvah to write it yourself. Let's say you rent a sefer, which is what most people do, to write a Sefer Torah, or you buy it from him, and there was a mistake, and you fixed it, it's as if you wrote the Sefer Torah. Sefer Torah, you're not allowed to sell a Sefer Torah, you can make a shelas chacham. Beis, mitzvah kolish liknois shar sifrei kodesh. It's a mitzvah on every person to buy shar sifrei kodesh alemim mitaychon that you can learn from them. Going mikra, mishnu, gemara, paiskim shilim mitaychon. V'gam yashilin lachirim, and you can let, and also you should buy them so you can lend it to others. I don't know about the Art Scroll app for $2.99. If there's a mitzvah for that, l'chayra.
You can learn from it.
What?
Can learn from it.
Yeah, l'chayra. Let's say you can't afford it. So then svarim that you need to learn from come first. And Yitzedakah stands forever. That's somebody who buys svarim and lends them to other people. So that tzidkas goes forever. Gimel. Chayav adam linoi covered gadol b'sefer Torah. A person is chayav to have major, to show major covered to go out. So we probably said this last year, but Chaim Kanievsky tried to write his own sefer Torah, and then when he realized it was taking too much time, so he stopped and he commissioned it to somebody else to write it. Gimel. Chayav adam linoi covered gadol b'sefer Torah. You have to give great cover. Mitzvah liyachad le'makom. And it's a mitzvah to miyachad a
We
place of
don't
the
have
Sefer
that
Torah.
excuse because we're not him.
That's I didn't want to say, but yeah, that's yeah, yeah. It shouldn't be that hard to make to
Speak
do
for
it.
yourself.
It doesn't have to be. I don't think it has to be like the most mahuder Sefer Torah, but I think it was. I don't know. Certain things we just don't do.
To write a puzzle Sefer Torah.
You're not going to write a puzzle. You write a kosher.
Okay. Not
A mitzvah liyachad lo
I
yibachim,
might say, why do you need to write it? And saying, what's wrong?
because it's a mitzvah for each person to write.
What is it? Shulchan?
I don't know, but that's.
Yeah, but why can't it be a
obviously
shliach?
with
Is it a
Torah-
shliach the
obviously
same
with-
way you're writing it?
What?
A shliach is the same way you're writing it.
Right, but we obviously that's what we do hold, but there's
We
better
hold the pen
options.
and whatever, and
And it's certainly better if you commission. The poskim say that it's better to commission somebody to write a Sefer Torah for you than to just go buy one that's already pre-written. Right?
Right.
Okay. Chayav adam linoi covered gadol b'Sefer Torah. It's a person is chayav to have major covered gadol with the Sefer Torah. Mitzvah liyachad le'makam u'lechabed esamakam hu v'lahadre b'yoser. And you should be mechabed that place and make it nice. V'lo yara keneged Sefer Torah. Don't spit. Opposite the Sefer Torah, le'yachas Sefer Torah b'loy mitfachas, and you shouldn't hold a Sefer Torah, meaning the actual cloth with a cloth. Arayas a nice Sefer Torah. If you see somebody carrying a Sefer Torah, tzach lam lefanov, you have to stand up in front. Achayachnis the Sefer Torah l'mekom until the Sefer Torah goes to its place. Hayachein arayah or unless until you don't see it. In the shul when they take out the Sefer Torah, they bring it back in. Mitzvah l'chol mi shaveras lefanov. We already said this last week. It's a mitzvah on anybody that passes in front of him, l'lavoisa ad mekayma, to escort it to its place. Same thing with the one who does hagba v'goylel. Yachul l'lavoisa should also go to be melavet. Dalid. Afilu shar sifrei kodesh imunachim al safsal. Even other sifrei kodesh, meaning not just a Sefer Torah, that are put on a on a bench, right? So they are, so that yeah. So lost the place. Yeah, Filu Sharsa Brekadosh Munacham al Sazel also Leishiv al Safsal Zeis. You're not allowed to sit on that bench. Hela Imasvar Munacham al Ezed Dover Shekavaya Lachala Pas Tefach. It has to be if the Svarim are on something that is at least the height of a tefach, then that's enough. That's considered on a different level. Mikosha came to also lineal Svarim Agabi Karka, and of course you can't put Svarim on the Karka on the ground. And the Loyani Chodam Sefer al Pirukov, and a person shouldn't put Svarim on his knees. Ushnei Atzile Yodav, and a person shouldn't put his elbows on it. B'shas Atchak, mutter leishav agabi teva, sheyesh b'shar Sefrei Kodesh. But at B'shas Atchak, it's mutter to sit on a box that has Svarim in it. Aval im yesh bo Sefer Torah also, meaning you have a storage box and you have Svarim in it. So can you sit down on top of it? B'shas Atchak, you're allowed to, but not if there's a Sefer Torah in it. Manichun chumashim agabi neviim uksuvim. You're allowed to take chumashim, that's chamisha chumshei Torah, and put it on top of neviim uksuvim. V'chein ksuvim agabi neviim, meaning you go in the order. Neviim agabi ksuvim, and neviim on top of ksuvim. Aval ein manichun neviim uksuvim agabi chumashim. You don't put neviim uksuvim on top of chumashim. Hey, Sifrei Torah Shabbalah. Oh, so there's a lot here. The Aruch Shulchan says that this whole din, because you see guys walking around Besmerish taking chumash putting it. Aruch Shulchan says that's all if it's on a cloth. If it's on regular print that we have nowadays, that it does not apply. And also that if you need to put your elbows on top of the sefer in order to write, and etc., then it's also allowed. Hey, Sefer Torah Shabbalah Gainzanasa. Sefer Torah that got decayed, so you do geniza. V'chein shar svarim v'kisvei kodesh. Same thing with other svarim v'kisvei kodesh, v'tashmisha kedusha, and other tashmisha kedusha. They all need to go into shemus, as they call it, and also the sarfon. You're not allowed to burn them. Fine. And then there's lots and lots of shilas with what's considered sifrei kodesh, what's not, and the biggest question is the parsha sheets and the tests from school. So really that's Torah. So really it needs to go into shemus. But there is a shita that says it was only printed for temporary use. It's unclear who that shita is, but they say if it's only printed for temporary use, then you're allowed to wrap it up and dispose. But there really is no source for that. Vav, ain't talking kisvei kodesh or filu halachas v'agodas. You're not allowed to throw them out, even if it's halacha and agoda. Vafilu lafechos and alpanem. You can't even put it face down. If it's on afuchin, and if you do find it face down, tzarach lanichon kro, you have to turn it over. So people are busy turning svarim over that are face down. I'm saying we print on both sides of the page. L'chayra, this halacha is when it was on one side of the page. So if it's face down, it's a bad thing. But if it's here, if you put it one way, then half the pages, meaning either way you put it, half the pages are facing down. So it seems like it's not as big a deal as it once was.
No,
Zion,
but people put the svarim to hold the page upside down, so they could just close it and it will be fine.
that's true. It's a different story. But I'm saying when you see a sefer face down on the table, so turning it over, I don't know what that helps. I mean, yes, you should put the cover of the sefer up, but that's about it. Fine. Zayin ein lahashin mayim b'fnei svarim. You're not supposed to urinate in front of svarim. If they're higher than 10 tefachim, then you would be allowed to. Ches ein lasses mapos and me'ilim. You cannot make mapos and me'ilim. What do you call mapos and me'ilim? They're covers or clothing. The davar shebegedusha midavar shenishtamesh b'hedya. Meaning you want to take it, make a sefer Torah cloth or whatever it is. So you can't just make it out of something that was used by a hedya, that was used for mundane purposes. But if you already did it, then it's mutter. But if it's something that was used for avodah zarah, afilu b'diavad also, then even for b'diavad is also.
So it has to be made l'shem mitzvah. It has to be made like using a bima cover. It has to be made l'shem mitzvah.
It doesn't have to be done the same mitzvah. You just can't use it. Well, I don't know if a bima cover. Mapas and Me'ilim means for the actual Sefer Torah. Oh no, I don't know. Maybe Taka means the Bima. A Mappa. You're right. I think a Mappa. It doesn't have to be done l'shem. It just can't be you can't take your old jacket and decide to use it for
It's like you could go into the store and buy a carpet, and you say, "Okay, now I want to use that as the Bima cover because it's a
if it
beautiful
was never
carpet."
if it was ne yeah if it was never used
If it was never used,
it was never used. Yeah. Now I don't know if you define
Yeah,
being never used as somebody trying it in the store. I don't know if that's defined as used. Not sure.
Yankees have the wimple. They use it from the bris to the chasana.
Right, but that was used for some sort of kedusha. No, not however you define kedusha. Oh, so test is an important thing also. A lot of important dinim in this tonight. Also, l'shtamish b'sefer lahano. You're not allowed to use a sefer for your own hana. Lahano, I'm sorry, for your own hana. Again, lahamid lahagim v'nei achama. Let's say you're walking in the sun and you want to protect yourself, so you put the sefer over your eyes. Or if you want to hide behind your friend, meaning you're in besmerish, you want to text. So you put your sefer, you hide behind the sefer. So that's not allowed. Avalim Hashemesh
I heard
zeracha. What?
I heard somebody made like one of the Gedolim had an eitzah to like if you don't want to see the women who are not properly dressed, then you make the bracha, you put the sefer in front, cover your
Okay.
eyes.
Okay, but that's for the
you
interesting.
use another safer as like a to prop up your other safer, like as almost like a stender.
Oh, so that the Mishabura says you're allowed to do. Right, Mishabura says you're allowed to do that. Because again,
You
it's a tzarech
can't
mitzvah. I
hold the
think that's true.
safer up a little bit so someone doesn't see you.
That's what it says. Yeah,
Wow.
that's why I have you, Naftali.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aval, but im Hashemesh zerachas al sefer shu loimed by. But if the sun is shining on the sefer you're learning, mutar lahagen b'sefer acher kiven she'ena oisel hanosei. So then you're allowed to protect it. You're allowed to protect one sefer with another sefer because you're not doing it for your hana. You're doing it for the hana of the
What if
sun not ruining the sefer.
what about protecting you?
No, he says you're not allowed to do that. Meaning, if it's for you to be able to read the Sefer, then that's not your Hana. That's a Hana. I mean, it is ultimately your Hana, but it's your Hana for learning, so then it's okay. Right? Fine. Oh, here he says it. Right? I forgot. There was a Mishnah that for sure said it. I forgot. I've just totally see that. Yeah. You can put it under there, but it's there. It's for Tzorech Halimud. I mean, I don't know why else you would do it. So yesh lahater. Aval ein lo niach sefer b'seich sefer acher shlei yitzarech l'chapes acher kach mochim limudei. Oh, right. So this many people do. You should not put a sefer inside your sefer so that you don't have to find your. You mean you're using one sefer as a bookmark for the other? Because here that's considered for you. Even though you might say, well, it's a benefit of the Torah because let's say I'm able to find my place, so I'm going to get a few more seconds of Torah in.
Less bittul Torah.
Right. So that doesn't seem to be part of the equation. Okay, lo yisarted eza kunchis ala sefer. You should not, meaning sirtut means to scratch a kunchis on a sefer, meaning don't write notes basically with your notes on top of a sefer. Ain't kedusha bekunchis. There's no kedusha in your kunchis until you write. I mean, if you put a blank piece of paper on top of a gemara to write notes, so that blank piece of paper is mundane until you actually make it into kedusha. You shouldn't leave paper in your Gemara to protect it, right? So what the Olam does is that they put the paper in the back of the Sefer, so it's not. It's they say it's not part of the Sefer. So it seems like from the Kittzur, what you have to do is before you want to write your blank paper put it down on top of your Gemara like a Bacher and Shir or whatever it is. So you should write some Torah on it. Now it already has the din of a sefer.
Can you just write like the siyata deshmaya in the corner?
I don't know if Siyata Dishmaya helps with this. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, Yoram Abed B'Kisvei Kodesh. Somebody who makes Kisvei Kodesh get lost, meaning he destroys them. Don't destroy Hashem, meaning you destroy what are not Hashem. You have to make a macha on Svarim binders. Because they put into the luchas, into the spine of the books, Kisvei Kodesh, they put Kisvei Kodesh there. For some reason, if you look at old books, you have all these old newspapers that they use on the spine. So you cannot use other Kisvei Kodesh to put there. Let's say you're giving them to a guy to bind them. That you have to take the old covers and you have to put them in Shemesh. That he shouldn't put them into a weekday, or not a weekday, meaning a mundane sefer. Meaning, point is that even the covers of Svarim have Kedusha. Right? Okay, we'll stop there and we'll start recording.
What about I see some people put the pencil in the middle of the sefer where there is no writing?
Yeah, that would be that would also be a problem, I would think. No?
What's the problem? Yeah.
Cover that fell off has to be is Seamus.
Yes, cover. Yeah, people don't know that, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
There's not we're talking about now, but the talus bag, Seamus?
Tal's bag is not Sheamus, because the talus is not considered chashuv enough.
Say Shabbos. What time is this year?
It's used for talus and tefillin.
We're doing another one now.
Oh, we're doing another one now.
You got to do a double. No, Thursday night.
Okay, I don't cop that. Okay, I'm not going anywhere.
The talus bag is used for talus and tefillin.
No, because the tefillin's in a bag.
Oh, okay.
Right, so that's why you don't